Hello YouTubers, I just wanted to make this video start on a subject on something which I've just been thinking about while I've been watching the news. About to go to bed, it's that's the time and the date. These are some resistors that I bought. I wanted some extra resistors, and as you know, this radio is using half-watt resistors. Now, for example, here's the 68k half-watt resistor. As you can quite clearly see the details on the packet, okay? And as you can see, it says on that one, it's 39k 1 watt metal film resistor. Alright, there's a point to this. And as you notice the sizes of the resistor, that's half watt, and that's a 47k 1 watt. Okay, that's the sizes of the resistor, right? As you can see, they're all like the bigger size. I also ordered these. Now, if you look, I mean, I know it's difficult to gauge sizes on camera, but comparing the two packets, you can see that the resistors in this packet, the one on top, the 47k, is smaller than that packet, which is 1 watt. So alright, we'll look at the half watt. There's the half watt, same as that. But look at the size of the resistors, the size of them. 47k half watt, 68k half watt. See the difference? So I contacted Bitsbox and explained. I said, I think you've sent me the wrong resistors. I wanted half watt 47k. Anyway, they did respond fairly quickly and contacted me back and says, what you read on the packet is correct. They are half watt resistors. Half watt resistors that are nearly the same size as a quarter watt. Maybe just a little bit bigger. The point is that yes, I can use these resistors and I can put them in my radio and they'll be perfectly fine because they are half watt resistors. But if somebody else comes along and works on this radio, it's not obvious that they are half watt resistors because of the size difference. As you can see, there's quite a big difference. So for that reason, I'm not going to be using these. To get the bigger size 47k resistors, I'll be going with the 1 watts because it's a bigger resistor. While we're on the subject of things that I bought, I didn't know if these were going to be any use to me or not. They looked interesting, so I thought we'd try it. Snap-on wire connectors. I've never used them before. Thought we'd give them a go, and in preparation for me playing around with and blowing a few up maybe, pardon me, these are LM393 dual comparator chips, and you get 5 for £1 from Bitsbox. So I ordered 2, so I've got 10 chips. I'm not going to need 10 chips, but I'm going so cheap, and I'm bound to mess up a couple. Probably, hopefully I won't mess up any. The whole idea is you don't blow your parts up, but you know, a couple of quid, how can you possibly go wrong? I thought we'd have a bit of fun with these later on one day. I've said this about many other things and forgotten all about it. But it's something that Carl suggested, making a circuit as a better way of charging the NiCad in the other, what you call them, these things, this thing, I don't know what you call them now, this thing, As I explained, that the charger was overcooking the battery. So, you know, something to play around with. So this is in preparation for that, you know. Okay, haven't done any work on the radio, just released a video not that long ago, which took me a while to put together. And then those ones that I put together I had to delete and get rid of because they weren't very good. You know, I was tired, very, very tired when I made them. So the last video you saw was a summary of what I've been doing rather than when we actually doing stuff. And that's all I wanted to say today. Hopefully at some point I can get back to doing something to this radio. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, I'll see you in the next segment. See you later. Right, this resistor here, which is 47k, was only reading something like 30 ohms or something along those lines. Basically not very much, certainly not 47k. But now we've isolated it out of the circuit. This wire here, which we're going to have to tidy up somehow, goes onto the same pin, is this resistor here. Now we can see why it was giving me a funny reading. It's connected across this coil L10. So you know, that's why I was getting a funny reading. Now putting the resistor back is easy, but getting that wire on with now the wires all spayed and nothing to nothing to trim back to, it's going to be tricky. So we've got to put that back now, and we're leaving it in. I mean, 50k should be 47k. It's only a little bit out. It's now. Right, this is using my phone to show you what the end of that wire looks like. And you can see there's not a lot left to play around with. So somehow I've got to clean that up and solder it back onto the same pin that resistor comes from. Fun and games, huh? Right, looking at my mobile phone like we were before, which is focusing on what we just done. You can see the black mass, the wire coming from the right is shiny because I've just put liquid tape on it, because the white insulation is very, very close to the screening, which we do not want it to touch. And if you see, I can't point because I'm holding the camera light and phone at the same time, but can you see where that white wire is going? And just above it there's a wire. It almost comes to a stop at the green wire. That's what we've got to solder onto the other end of that resistor, but we need to wait until this liquid tape dries, and then we'll flux it and solder it. You remember me telling you about this 150k resistor, that one. I decided it's coming out. That's it there. Now I don't have 150k. I know I can join resistors together to make it up, but I want the right value, so it's on order. The only place I could find where I could get this was on eBay. Good old eBay. Where would we be without eBay? They've got everything. So we can still crack on. We've got loads of things. The other thing I did was when I was fixing this, I've attached a wire and this what were we? 470k resistor. I protected one end of it with liquid tape. I've attached a wire to the same pin as the resistor, and it's still reading high, the one that came out. and that's been a successful repair there. Also I used the old tube that was busted that came out of the tuner. Sorry, I forgot, it's the 6L12, the one that we put in the new valve in that we got that time. Hello, just a little bit of distraction. On eBay, I fell in love with this radio. I've just won this on eBay, and I'm really excited about this one when the time comes. There's the model number. It's a 653. And there's the back, and you never guess what make of radio this is. It's not a Murphy, it's a HMV. I'm really looking forward to this. I've already found the schematic on my computer. I'm over the moon. I'm really excited about this one. Really excited. And there's another shot. Literally just won it 2 minutes ago. Wow, I tell you, I've got enough radios here to retire on, and I'll never get to the end of them. Lovely. Well, hello YouTubers. Sorry I haven't been about for a few days. The shifts I've been working have been absolutely horrendous. I haven't had time to do anything at all. Nothing. I haven't even been able to cook for myself properly, look after myself properly. Time, you know, the start and finish of the times has been ridiculous. And when I did get some time, I was so tired from all the driving that I spent it in bed. So nothing's been done to this radio. Now, previous to this, which is going to get released, is what I did up to the point when I couldn't do the radio. So nothing's been done at all. So we're about to start doing that now. Iron's just been turned on. My resistors that I ordered turned up. 150k 0.5. They're the small type, which I didn't really like, but I'm going to have to go with these because I don't have anything else. The other thing was, as I say, I haven't had a chance to do any damn thing. This resistor, the one that I said that is reading okay and whatever, each time I put my multimeter on it to test this, it keeps reading different, so that's coming out now. So it's just generally going to go over this radio and just check the resistors now that I've got the time. Hopefully be able to get most of that done today. Also, I found another capacitor which I didn't know about, hiding, buried under everything. It's difficult to see. I'll just put some light on the subject. It is underneath all this lot. You could just see the end of it there. There's a Hunt's capacitor. So I'm going to crack on with this and then let you know how we get on. Okay, see you in a bit. Right, I'm about to use this size of resistor in the end because that's what I've come. I didn't notice the different sizes that, you know. So this smaller size, even though it's half what I'm going to have to use it. And that music I'm listening to, believe it or not, it's coming from an app that I really love. I'm listening to Gold London, and it's an app on my phone, and it's being streamed through the internet. And I really enjoy the music. That's what sort of thing I'm listening to while I'm working on a radio. I've replaced a few parts. I'm about to. I'll just find a pencil. Nothing's handy, is it? I'm about to replace this one here, which is this one here. it's reading 375. It's probably still in tolerance, but I want to change it because of where it is, and it has, hang on, just bear with me a minute, I'm a bit cack-handed here for the minute. It's because of where it is. It comes out of here, goes down to here, it's R27, goes down here through this 2.2 meg R19 to here, and it goes through to one of the plates on that EM84 valve, the one that does the tuning strength. So that's getting replaced because it's not reading that, it's reading that note, so that's coming out of here. So far we have we have replaced this 150 ohm. We have, where are we? We replaced this 47k. It was reading different values. Every time I tested it, it was a different value. So I cut one of the leads to see what it did read, and it read 150k, should be 147. Sorry, start again. I'm saying all this wrong, and it should read 47k. And it was reading 50k, that's it, I'll remember in the end. But every time I put my meter on it, it was different. So in cutting the leads to test it, I damaged the resistor, so I replaced it anyway. That's the only reason why. I've been going through testing the resistors and basically crossing it off to the schematic. This resistor here, I thought that was blue, green, black. It's not, it's blue, grey, black. 68 ohms. So far I've been testing through this chassis, and so far the next one that's come to mind is this, and I'm going to replace it with that, which is the smaller size. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but I've got no choice. So I'll get back to you when I've got a bit further. This big box turned up just a few moments ago. There goes the cat. And this is, I think, that big radio that I told you about, which should be on the beginning of this video somewhere. Looking forward to looking at this, just to look at it really. You know, I love opening boxes. I have a canny few radios now. I mean, I have an unbelievable number. I think there's somebody on the internet somewhere, by the looks of it, immigrating abroad, and he's got a lot of these old radios, and I think he's selling them off so that he can emigrate and not leave so much stuff behind. He's trying to pass his stuff on. Maybe he's someone who works on radios like us, I don't know, but yeah, good, isn't it? Right, I wanted to test this resistor here, 2.2 meg R19, because it goes to the plate on that valve, the one that with the signal strength meter in. That is, just get the camera, some light on it so you can see. No, you can't see. Oh God, how can I get this in there? Oh, that's it, I think. Right, that's this resistor here, dog bone. Now, the problem is when I put the meter on it, it started at 2. What was it? Oh, I can't remember now. Was it 2.4 meg? And as the meter was on it, the value of it went up and up and up and up and up and kept climbing and climbing. And I think it has something to do with this electrolytic here, because it's connected in the centre here between R28 and 29, which is across C48. So if I want to test R19, I'm going to have to up-end one end of the resistor. Nightmare, because it's got wires going to it. I'm gonna give this a rest. I think what we'll do is we'll end this video here because it's probably getting too long, and show you what we've recorded previous to this last segment, which is the 21st of the 7th. We finished recording this now. It's 3:51, nearly 4 o'clock. I think it's time that I posted a video. For those of you who been patient to stay with us while I was working, because the shifts that I was working was so bad, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next time. Now I've got more time, I can start doing some more electronics. Had a bit of a lie-in this morning, of course. First chance I've had a lie-in all week. You like a proper lie-in, and to get up to do things that I want to do rather than the company wants you to do. It looks like we're going to be doing some more testing underneath here. Get back to you later. Okie doke. Oh, by the way, I've been marking everything on the schematic and updating it. Parts replaced, as you can see, we're getting. Just want to show you briefly before we go. As you can see, all the pink is parts replaced. Okie dokie. I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye. Thank you.